Hello everyone, this is Amol calling from Amol Space. How are you doing today? Today we are going to check out the basic concepts of photography and in how to earn money from photography in this session. To start with, what is photography? Let us understand few topics. Literal meaning of photo is light and that of graphy is drawing. Hence it is called light drawing. Photography is all about the light and it is the biggest challenge for the photographers, and in the next session we will learn also about quality, color, direction and lots more. In human body, our brain processes visual images 60,000 times faster than written information. What we do? We preserve history through photography. Just for examples like children walking, talking their first step, endangered animals, buildings, times of war, passion and many more. We invented this art of photography from painters who used to preserve history from paintbrush rather than a camera. Friends, this was all about photography. Now let's have a look at the core aspects. Exposure triangle. Exposure triangle is the base of photography and it is the visual representation of relationship between aperture, ISO and shutter speed. The chart on the screen will help you understand, but don't get too anxious looking at the chart. No worries, we will cover each and every step slowly, that are aperture, ISO and shutter speed. Firstly, let us understand what is aperture. It is one of the pillar of exposure triangle. It is also referred as f-stops, and the important thing is to note down is that the function is of lens and not of camera. Friends, have a look at the diagram. We see that three components that are aperture, shutter speed and ISO are all interrelated. Take a note that if you change any one of them, you also need to change one of the other two. Here f11, f16 and furthermore means greater depth of field. Here D of f stands for greater depth of field. Again, it means whenever any lens is focused at an given point, some area beyond the focus point and some area beyond the focus before the focus point is of acceptable sharpness. This zone of acceptable sharpness is known as depth of field. Aperture controls the amount of light entering the lens and size is controlled by the aperture ring. Modern lenses do not have an aperture ring because their aperture is controlled electronically from the camera body. Just like an human eye. When we enter dark room, our pupil becomes very big, trying to get light in, and when we go out to bright sun, the pupil becomes small to block light. Basically, smaller apertures number, that is wider openings, get more light into the camera. Secondly, we see shutter speed in the diagram. Now what is shutter speed? Shutter speed is the time value of duration of time that shutter stays open. The longer you leave your shutter open, then the more will be light than can be absorbed by the sensor. We see that 1 second, 1 upon 2 seconds, 1 by 4 seconds and further values create motion blur, and it is used in low light. And there are the slow shutter speeds. On the other side, fast shutter speed like 1 by 500 second, 1 by 1000 second, 1 by 2000 second and so on creates stop action, and it requires strong light. Lastly, our third topic is ISO. Again, this is one of the important pillars of the exposure triangle. ISO stands for International Standard Organization. It refers to the sensitivity of the film or the digital sensor. It is also the fake light. For low ISO like 100, 200 and so on are used in good light, whereas high ISO like 1600, 3200 and so on are used in poor light. An important part is that high ISO creates noise.